Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Marilyn, as some of you already know. Today I am doing an introduction video, which is not really an introduction, but it's sort of reintroducing myself. Obviously, we've had new people coming onto this page, just trying to find out what this is all about. Right, so some of you are aware we were Autistic and Dyslexic Awareness Zimbabwe, and we recently changed that to Autism Awareness Zimbabwe, and I'm sure you've seen the announcement. And I did that just to sort of become more focused on autism, so we can sort of direct ourselves and grow. Okay, in life, you sometimes people think that solutions should be coming from someone else. Some people think that it's up to somebody else to help to solve their problems. It's up to someone else to handle issues, the challenging issues in life. But I just want to say that the answers are within you. The answers come within. The answers are in you. Sometimes it's not about looking outward. It's about looking inside, and you actually find that the solution is inside. The challenges you face, the problems you face, you have the answers and the solutions inside. I'm sorry to say, but sometimes there's no one coming to help. Sometimes you have to find the answer within inside. And secondly, I also want to say that, have you ever heard the concept of the bridge? In life, sometimes there's a bridge between where you are now and where you want to get to. So sometimes it's about finding a way to cross that bridge, finding a way to get to where you need to be in order to become who you want to be in life. So I just want to encourage you that, do whatever it is you need to do to cross that bridge and to be and become who you need to be, or what you need to be, or what you need to accomplish or achieve. Like, I started to understand why Nike, Nike, the shoe brand, say just do it. Sometimes we procrastinate a lot. Just do it, meaning just get on with it. Do it. Do what you need to do to get where you need to be and cross that bridge. So that being said, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I am Marilyn Liver. Okay, so I am the face behind the Autism Awareness page. Okay, Autism Awareness Zimbabwe. I'm going to try to make this as informal as possible because I want to be more human, more relaxed, and more approachable. So you will not hesitate to, to talk to me, inbox, share whatever it is you might want to share with me. Okay, so where am I from? I thought it's only fair to introduce myself because as you can see, I posted a schedule. So I just want, before I go into that schedule, at least I want you to know who is talking, who is this person who created the schedule, and what is this all about. So for some of you who don't already know, yeah, I am from Zimbabwe, okay? Born and raised, right? I have lived in the UK for the last 22 years, okay? Are you married? Am I married? Yes, I am very married. I've been married for, well, this year it would be 18 years, okay? Do I have kids? Yes, I do. I have 4 kids, and I also inherited a son. Right, so 2 girls, 2 boys. And then 2 of them have autism, and they have been diagnosed on the autistic spectrum. And 2 of them do not have autism. Okay. So then I'm going to go to my educational background, only the relevant things. I'll disclose a few really relevant stuff. So I am trained as a social worker. I have a degree, an undergraduate degree in social work. Although I am not registered, I did not register myself. I am not practicing. I have not practiced. And I have my reasons, so I'll leave it at that. I have gone further to try for a master's degree in autism studies here in the United Kingdom. And I did do the master's degree, although I did not pass the exam. There were two subjects, two of the what you call it, two of the volumes, or what, I can't remember the word I should use. So two of the modules, sorry, two of the modules which I did not pass, unfortunately. And I think being a mature student sometimes, and having like children, your brain becomes my brain becomes a bit rusty. So it became a bit rusty, and just, I just didn't. But I am happy to go back and redo, provided I find a sponsor. So if you want to sponsor me, if you're an organization, and I would love to do the master's, to redo that. But this time I would go into education, autism, special needs education. That's what I would do, and not just autism studies. Okay, right. So So the next thing I'm going to talk about is fun and hobbies, things I like to do. Well, I like singing, and I like watching K-dramas. That's my thing. If you go to my personal pages, I'm kind of an avid fan of K-dramas, and I like to learn Korean. I'm actually learning Korean. I can actually read Korean now, basic Korean, like a kindergarten child. I can read Korean. I can read those little, letters. But then I can't really understand what I'm reading. Anyway, I do like studying cultures, exploring new things, like new ways, new practices, traveling, and I love talking a lot, as you can see. So, what's my vision for this thing about autism? My mission. The mission is really big. This is where my heart is. So it's very big, but I'm just going to sort of narrow it down into 3 parts. So basically, the vision is to see Southern and Northern Africa coming together to address autism. So Southern and Northern Africa finding a solution to managing autism, as well as to create access to funding, resources, information relevant to supporting families and individuals impacted by autism in those regions. And even in the rest of the world, we used to say what happens in the future. And lastly, to challenge social stigma surrounding autism, biases, and discrimination. Right, I have to put a disclaimer. I'm a mother. I'm not a professional. I don't have, the expertise stamps to verify, so everything I will share on this page is based on my knowledge as a person or parent who has experienced living with autism, impacted by autism, and also based on some of the things I learned when I was doing the master's degree in autism studies. And then also, just things that I've researched. So the information I will share is up to your discretion. I will encourage you all to also verify the information that I will share, that you research. I will try my very best to put references, whatever it is I will share, and then you're free to go in and find out whether what that information, what, and understand basically where I'm coming from. Okay, so if you can see the schedules, I've posted them just before I did this live video, and they just cover about 13 sessions, 13 weeks. So weekly I will try to do one video on that subject, and I will also ask if you have any subjects that you would like me to to talk about, perhaps. Just feel free to inbox me, and I will, I can add that to the list. And I am going to try to do these videos live. So I would also want to encourage interaction with you all. So unfortunately, I cannot give you the exact dates and times. Being a parent with autistic children, you can't really be sure exactly when you're going to be, you're doing certain videos, because sometimes you get phone calls from the schools, oh, come in, something's happened, this, that, and so on. But I am, the plan is to do it weekly, every week. But I will sort of try to tell you a few days in advance that we're going to do the next weekly program on this day, etc. So have a look at the two the two pictures I posted just before this video that have the schedules that I'll be looking at. And so that's just like a guide to guide me into what I'm trying to achieve and what we're trying to discuss. And trust me, the information that will come is very useful, because some of that stuff is the stuff we studied when I was doing the master's degree. And some of this information is not accessible to everybody, and it can actually help. But then I also want to bring that human touch, because at the end of the day, when you study things in theory, we are the actual people, the parents living and being impacted by autism. We know things from the other angle. We experience the other side, rather than the theory and the theories and the assumptions, or the book stuff, basically. All right, that being said, so please, yes, have a look and just see as we go along. So next week, let me just check what oh yeah, I think I'm going to redo the assessment in public. Hold on, let me just go on the page quickly and see what I've put down. It's managing risks and this, yeah, 1 second. So yes, so for next week, I'm going to start with, as you can see, the weekly schedule. Week 1, assessing and managing risk in public places. I'm going to redo that one because I want to do it properly. So I'm not just going to be looking at the United Kingdom. I grew up in Zimbabwe. And some of you who may not know where Zimbabwe is, it's in Southern Africa. And I am aware of how life is in Southern Africa. So some of these risk assessments, I will not just be talking about based in the United Kingdom. I will be adding an inclusive of risk assessments as if I was living in Zimbabwe, right? I'm aware that in Zimbabwe, there are different communities. I am aware that there are people who have resources, they have money, and I'm aware that there are some people who do not have resources and do not have money and do not even know what autism is. And it may have caught them by surprise. I've actually, now that I've said that, the first time I actually heard about autism was when I came to the United Kingdom. I had no idea what autism was, or what it even was, what it was. Basically, when my daughter was diagnosed with autism, I was even in denial because I had no clue that what she was. I thought she was crazy, to be honest with you. The doctor was mad, and even when she diagnosed my daughter, still it didn't sink in because I didn't even know what I was up for, what was coming. So yeah, so now that when I remember growing up in Zimbabwe, some of the things I remember, there were some people I would. I'm not going to try to diagnose people on Facebook, and I'm not qualified to diagnose anybody, but from my own assessment, I could figure out, now that I look back in hindsight, that certain individuals I saw were most likely autistic. For example, when I was going to school, sometimes I take the bus, and there's a particular guy, I'm not going to mention names. He was what they call street, not a street kid, because he was an adult. Street man. Okay, he lived on the streets, basically. And from his physical appearance, he never shaved, he never bathed, his hair was his hair had become like dreadlocks, and his skin was dark with dirt. Obviously dark skin, but then when you haven't bathed for months, basically your skin is, and then he used to carry these big sacks full of, that's all his belongings. He used to live on the streets, so he used to hang around by, I don't know if you know, Resende bus stop. Yeah, he used to frequently hang around that area, and everybody, we didn't know that was most likely autism. We did not know, because the things that he used to do to us, it was, this man is crazy. And I'm sure many of you are aware, like if you live in Zimbabwe, a person who, if they don't know that someone has autism, they're going to say that that person is actually crazy. So this guy, sometimes the girls would run away from him, right? Because he would come approaching the girls, he would approach people. Sometimes he wanted your food. He couldn't speak. He was non-verbal. And he would even touch himself inappropriately in a public place. Like, it was very inappropriate. I don't know whether, I'm not even comfortable saying what he was doing, but I'm sure you probably will have figured that out. So I never forgot those things, but I just, at that time, I would have never known that that is autism. I'm quite certain that is autism. From everything I know, that was autism. And unfortunately, I don't know anything about his background. Well, that was a long time ago, but I don't know whether he was abandoned or what, but because of that, he was on the streets. He had no known family, no known anything, and he was just abandoned on the street. So that's the reality of the possible reality. Well, I think it is the reality of having autism if you live in Zimbabwe and you come maybe from a poor background, and there's no support, and some of the family members would just cast you out. So he'll live on the street like a crazy person, and people just make fun of you, laugh at you. So these are some of the things. I just want to spread that awareness that, look, we got it wrong. And I wish, well, the vision I have is to address these particular issues. If at some point, to get to a point where if I see those type of individuals on the streets, God willing, it will be to take those people off the streets and to find ways to get them off the streets and help them, because if they're not crazy. They're not crazy. It happened to be something like autism. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So please do check the schedule. So we've got up to week 1, week 2, week 3, up to 7, up to week 12. Yeah, so that's it for now. I think that will cover us for a few months, actually. So we'll keep adding as we go. And then I just want to mention one more thing before I go. All the videos I'll be posting here, I will be putting them on our YouTube channel. So in case we are interactive, and I just want to let you know that your face, if you do want to join in, your face, I will take those videos and put them on YouTube, on the Autism Awareness Zimbabwe YouTube page. So if you're someone who does not want to be seen, you can always maybe not show your face, or but just to make you aware that that's the plan, and that's what I'll be doing with the videos. So they will be posted on YouTube or on the Autism Awareness page, and basically that's it. So people can access YouTube. So All right, so yeah, that's it for today, and I just want to thank you so much. And so this is just the introduction, as I said. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for supporting autism awareness. Again, my name is Marilyn Liva, and thank you again, and goodbye. Okay.